This past Sunday, former Attorney General Eric Holder, who of course served under Barack Obama, appeared on CBS's Face the Nation, where even he expressed his what seemed to be frustration at Merrick Garland's Department of Justice not going after Donald Trump. And this, of course, is coming from a guy, Eric Holder, who famously let white-collar prosecutions drop to record lows during the Obama administration. He let the producers of all of these horrible drugs that were killing hundreds of people a day, let them off the hook, even though he had all the evidence there to prosecute and put them in jail. Didn't go after them. He had banks here in the United States caught red-handed laundering money for terrorists. Let them go with just a small fine that was much less than what they made off the money, so they still profited off it. Eric Holder didn't prosecute a damn thing. But even he is out there saying right now, like, wow, come on, DOJ, the evidence is there. What are you doing? So when a guy who looked at evidence and said, I'm not even going to prosecute that, looks at this evidence of Donald Trump possibly committing crimes, and even he says like, wow, you can't not prosecute this, that tells you everything you need to know about how feckless and ineffective Merrick Garland really is. Let me read part of what Mr. Holder said. At some point, people at the Justice Department, perhaps that prosecutor in Atlanta, are going to have to make a determination about whether or not they want to indict Donald Trump. And then when he was asked, would you do it? He says, well, I think there's going to be sufficient factual information, and I think that there's going to be sufficient proof of intent. And then the question becomes, what's the impact of such an indictment? My initial thought was not to indict the former president out of concern of how divisive it would be, but given what we've learned, I think that he probably has to be held accountable. Now, that of course is Eric Holder's, kind of wishy-washy way, like, hey, I didn't want to do this either. But I mean, look at what we've got already. Look at what is publicly available. You kind of have to. And I love how he throws in, eventually the Justice Department, or hell, maybe the prosecutor in Atlanta is going to have to determine whether or not to indict him. I think he threw in Atlanta just to be like, hey, okay, look, if Merrick Garland's not going to do it, maybe we can get it from Atlanta, right? Because Fani Willis appears to be willing to go after Trump, damned be the consequences of it. She is doing it because it's the right thing to do. She is not afraid. You know what? Maybe we ought to take Merrick Garland, switch him out for Fani Willis. Garland can go handle that investigation in Georgia, and Fani Willis can be our Attorney General of the United States. I'd be okay with that. I absolutely would. Because when you're getting called out by somebody as weak and ineffective as Eric Holder, that tells you everything you need to know about how pathetically cowardice this Department of Justice under Merrick Garland has become.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.